Right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Travel Proof 531. And this episode is going to be all about how to stay active, tips on how to stay active when your job involves a lot of sitting. So maybe you're a pilot, maybe you're a delivery or like truck driver, maybe you travel long distance to conferences or you're out on the road a lot, maybe a salesman, um, somebody whose job involves a lot of sitting. Okay. And there's a million industries in which that could be you. And that could be um, a real difficult situation to be in because you're using up hours in the day where you could be active, but you can't be. And to potentially achieve the fat loss results that you want, you need to be active, okay, or more active than you currently are. And you find it hard to squeeze that in and where to squeeze that in. Okay, so you feel like it's a bit of a lost cause. What can I do because I cannot be more active than I currently am? Well, let's dive into 3 actionable steps for that one specific problem on today's episode. All right. So, the first actionable step for this is preparation, planning. It's not sexy. And generally, with anything, when you're struggling to organize things, struggling to find time for things, planning is going to help. Yeah. So we want to identify times where you can get some steps in and commit to them, commit to those inputs. We don't want to focus on the result that we're getting, how we're going to get that result, getting to X, Y, and Z point. Okay. We want to focus on what we're doing daily that leads to this. Okay. The inputs are way more important than the benefit, the what comes as a result. Okay. All we can control is the inputs daily. All right. And it's not to do with how you feel in the moment. Not important. It's all to do with the inputs that we do, whether we feel like doing it or not. Okay. So plan your day, whether that means we need to wake up a little bit earlier, whether that means we need to, um, you know, get up and walk around while we're on the phone, whatever it looks like. We sit down, we look at our day, and we plan in times, book in those times to your diary, just like it was a meeting, just like you were going out for dinner to propose to your partner, whatever it is, plan it in there as a non negotiable. Okay. Step number 2 to stay active if your job's and your travel job involves a lot of sitting. Okay. Understand, especially for things like pilots and these kind of occupations. Understand this is your lifestyle. This is your job. You've chosen to do this. You probably really enjoy it, right? This is what you want to do. But you also have to understand that you're in a more difficult situation than Joe Blogs, than your average bloke, okay? Average 9 to 5er. So don't expect the unexpected, okay? The unrealistic. Your normal day, your normal situation, your normal progress curve, whatever it is not going to look like someone else. Stop comparing yourself to your mate who has a way more active job or has a job that when he finishes, he has plenty of time in the evening to go and be active and has no constraints. Okay. He's at home all the time. Stop comparing yourself to people on social media who look like all they have is the perfect life where they can be as active and do all the necessary things to lose weight as they possibly can. Understand that you have chosen this career, which is awesome because you clearly are passionate about it. But understand that that means that you can only do what you can do. But it's not a reason not to do it. It's not a reason not to try, not to attempt it. Because everybody can do it. You can find time. You can do the things you need to do. And you can work around not being able to do as much as somebody else potentially. Okay, with the right plan, with the right help. The third thing you can do to stay active if your job involves a lot of sitting when you're traveling with work is identify what are the minimum needle movers. So what are the minimum things I need to do to actually elicit some progress? Okay. Don't try and think, or don't think, get out of the mindset of thinking I need to do everything to see progress. Focus on just doing the minimum things that will get you progress. Because if you try and do a million things at once, and trust me, I've had clients come on board and do this, and it never lasts very long because they maybe think that they've joined this program and now everything's changed and they can do everything that they need to do and go above and beyond just to prove something, to get the result faster. But look, your life is still the way it is, the situation. That's why you've joined a program potentially, because you struggle to manage your current lifestyle. We need to find a way of moving the needle when, it's hard to move that needle. When we're forcing that needle around the pivot point, whatever you call it. But we need to find that minimum amount, and we need to be consistent with that. We need to commit to that, and then over time we can manipulate it, okay? But in a way that always works for you. So don't set unrealistic goals and control what you can, okay? There's always an element in the day where you can add some extra control, where maybe you thought that wasn't possible, but maybe you just need a second set of eyes to look at it. Who knows, okay? But it's important that we identify the minimum required amount and stick with that and commit to that at the start, okay? So today's episode, how to stay active when your travel job involves a lot of seeing. Number one, plan your week, identify moments where you can get extra steps in. Number two, understand that this is your lifestyle and it is more difficult than others, and stop comparing yourself to others when they are able to make faster, maybe more convincing progress than you initially, okay? And number three, identify the minimum required amount to elicit progress and commit to that, stick to that, and then and then progress forward from there, okay? If you have a situation, specific work travel situation that you are struggling with, that you want me to provide you with some actionable steps to go away and implement straight away so that you can start to lose body fat and feel your best, look your best, despite your busy work travel schedule, then comment it down below or message me on Instagram @JacobConnock Coach. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.